let's talk about Treylon Burks. So, Treylon Burks, a very dominant player in college. He comes in as a four-star recruit. And in 2019, he leads the team in yards, um, with no competition on the team. But, I mean, as a freshman, leading an SEC team in yards, pretty impressive. 2020, he leads the team in everything and separates more from the competition. And in 2021, he's him. And that's essentially how he gets his 46% dominator rating, which is pretty outrageous, and his 31% target share. Um, his athleticism, a bit underwhelming from what we expected, but he's still a size speed freak at 6'2", 224, and boasting a 4.55. He's a first round pick out of Arkansas, like I said. He's 22 years old. Um, the pros, he's a huge size speed freak. He was very dominant, and he has a clear path to target on the team that he's in, as well as his draft capital. Um, the cons, he's so damn big that he doesn't play the slot, which is a bad thing nowadays because you get a lot of points from the slot in fantasy. And we've kind of been spoiled with guys like DK Metcalf and AJ Brown these past couple years, these big size speed alpha freaks. That I feel like we're a little bit too obsessed with them when a lot of the guys scoring fantasy points nowadays just aren't that huge. I mean, guys like Sky Moore going around Treylon Burks. Like, looking at these two guys next to each other, Treylon Burks looks like the NFL receiver. But this, like, beta archetype that's been coming through the NFL has been proving more successful over time. I mean, we got Garrett Wilson getting draft capital, Chris Olave getting draft capital. It's not always these huge alpha receivers that are the first round picks and the top 10 picks like they usually are. It's guys like Sky Moore coming from a small school and getting draft capital. I mean, come on. The list goes on here. Jerry Jeudy last year. CeeDee Lamb isn't too big, you know what I'm saying? Henry Ruggs, all these guys aren't this prototypical alpha receiver. That was a bit of a tangent, but we're going to go on. Treylon Burks' ADP. It fell and then it rose and then it fell and then it rose, and currently he sits at 91.7 average acquisition on Underdog, going around guys like Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Chris Olave, Russell Gage, who's fallen a whole lot with the Julio Jones news, and Sky Moore. And at this price, I don't hate him, but I don't love him. I'd rather have a guy like Sky Moore, but that's a different conversation. MVS and Treylon Burks, I mean, they're close. I'd probably rather have Treylon than Olave with the Michael Thomas news. I'd probably rather still have Russell Gage though. He's not an awful value, but he's not a great value. I just don't see, like, AJ Brown was great in his role, but AJ Brown is like the 90-something percentile outcome of Treylon Burks. And even when that happens, it's not like AJ Brown is like a league-winning receiver. Like, he's really, really good, but he's a wide receiver one. And I just don't see a guy like Treylon Burks getting there. I think it's much more likely that Russell Gage has a lot of big weeks and Sky Moore has a lot of big weeks, and are just better overall than a guy like Treylon Burks. But that's just my thoughts on him. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a good one.